Hey, this is MassX with a brand new Yu Yu Hakusho Slugfest video, and we have a new banner, Kurama, Advisor of the Demon World. I actually remember this character when I played the prior version of this game, and I remember vaguely. I've been trying to dig up my old account and have not been able to find the server it was on, but I digress. I remember not liking this character at first at all, and when we go through this character's kit, you'll probably understand why. Now, a lot of times I forget to mention this, but I want to do it right out of the get-go, that if you're not interested in Kurama and you're interested in Dempo is also available, just to put that out there. This is our standard banner, not the event stuff. So you're familiar with everything here. Make sure you're doing the Nightmare Trial. You can get a lot of currency there. Make sure you're doing your memories. You can get more currency there. You've got the pass. If you spend, it's a good deal. And of course, this one now has the Awakening added to it. So if you are building up this character, you are going to get some more goodies if you are building it. So that's always nice to see. But we need to talk about the man of the hour. Yes, that of course is Kurama. So this character is a Swift Strike character. It is classified as initial skill points increases by 600, as well as a Swift Strike companion. He co-ops with Yomi, which goes more to my belief, as I expect that Yomi will be our big character for November. I don't think it's a shocker that Yomi's there. If you're not aware, Yomi is very good, top tier character. So if you're saving, would be smart too, because that character is worth the pickup. But when that character comes out, we will get into, of course, builds for that character, because there's some very specific builds that will become very predominant in the game. But let's get to Kurama, since he is the one out right now. We have the Strategic Precision Attack, which is the skill. Strikes all enemies, dealing 86% physical damage, and triggers one random bonus effect based on the type of artifact equipped. The more artifacts of a certain type you carry, the higher its activation chance. So for Forlorn Hope, inflicts 1 stack of Dark Wish to all enemies, 20% chance to disable skill point restoration, and reduces final damage by 10%. The effect lasts for 2 turns and stacks up to 2 times. With the Sword artifact, increases artifact damage taken by all enemies by 30% for 2 turns, stacking up to 2 times. Other artifacts, steals 10 momentum from the enemy artifact and dispels 2 debuffs from all allies. So that's what we're going to have to get into with this character. This character is all about artifacts. So you have to pay very much close attention to your builds. If your focus has not been very predominant on your artifacts, this character is not going to get... You're not going to get as much out of this character. This is really an end game character. So keep that in mind if you choose to get this one, as well as if you're going to use it, you need to actually look at your setups. Now, the basic attack an enemy, dealing 100% physical damage and gaining 1 battle will, with a 50% chance to get extra 1 battle will. The passive for this character, you basically what we always see: increased damage dealt and damage reduction by 16% at 2 stars. Basic stats increase by 24% at 4 stars. Now the Awaken. At 1, when a companion is defeated, if Kurama is on the field, triggers 1 main battle skill from your team's aiding card. If there's no aiding card, Kurama launches 1 bonus basic attack instead. For every 3 crits Kurama has landed, restores 1 battle will. This effect triggers up to 6 times per turn. So again, we've already seen the artifacts. Now we're also seeing taking advantage of the aiding cards. I can't say this enough. this character is an endgame character because you need to have developed both your artifacts and your aiding cards to using ones that you think will be very much worth it to be able to fully maximize this character. At 3 stars, for every 4 artifact active skill your team has unleashed, dispels 1 shield from all enemies. For every 4 aiding card main battle skills or Kurama's bonus basic attack triggered, inflicts seal, which lasts for 1 turn and does not stack up, and a 20% artifact vulnerability, which lasts for 2 turns and stacks up to 5 times to all enemies. And at 5 stars, Fully Awaken, when Kurama lands a crit with basic attack, unleashes 1 artifact active skill, still counts cooldown without consumption for every 4 artifact active skills cast, reduces all artifacts CD by 1 turn. Once the cooldown reduction effect stacks 2 times, gains bonus artifact effects. For every secret skill cast by allied companions, restores 20 momentum. Upon defeating an enemy companion, restores 15 momentum. Yeah, this character can be very good. You just have to have a good setup with it. For the secret skill, Rose Thorn Whip attacks all enemies, dealing 86% physical damage and dispelling 2 buffs from enemy units hit, as well as 1 debuff from all allies, prioritizing CC. After unleashing the secret skill, triggers 1 main battle skill from your team's aiding card. If there's no aiding card, Kurama launches 1 bonus basic attack instead. Up to 6 bonus basic attacks can be triggered per turn. And last but not least, of course, is our secret skill passive. Increases Kurama's crit rate by 20%, which is what you hope for given that he needs to crit. Just keep that in mind when building this character. Secret skill final damage by 30%. For every 1 secret skill cast, further increases crit rate by 5%, and secret skill final damage by 10%, stacking up to 6 times, which is pretty crazy if you think about that, because if you stack that, that is 120% crit. That is going to pretty much guarantee you a crit unless they have some crazy resistance, crit resistance. And it lasts till the end of the general turn. If an enemy companion is defeated and their crit rate is lower than Kurama's, and Kurama is on the field, instantly clears all artifacts CD and restores 20 momentum. Yeah, pretty freaking cool. But yes, as we've already discussed, and we will discuss further now, this character relies on your artifacts. If you have some really good artifacts, awesome, because he's going to do some crazy stuff. You can do some really interesting builds with this character, especially if you are using the aiding cards for a trauma team, as well as artifacts that help trauma teams. You can go crazy with a control setup with your artifacts, taking skill points, etc. So this character is really a good character if you have all the pieces to the puzzle to effectively make him really good, because he's relying on that stuff. And you know, we'll have some fun. I'm sure I'll probably put some builds together after I pull for it. I literally haven't pulled on any of these banners for probably 6 weeks now, and so I've got, as you can see, an absolute ton of scrolls to use. I'll definitely be picking him up because I want to try him in some very particular builds, because I think he can be incredibly effective, as I stated earlier, on a trauma setup as well as on a control setup. I think he can just be kind of fun as heck, and you can be kind of creative with him to really take advantage of what this character can do. But again, is he a must pick up right now for you? Probably not. Again, I just want to keep hammering this home. and I can be wrong, but just to be cautious, I do think we're going to see Yomi up next. It would make total sense. They may wait until December. The fact that this character came out and we know that he pairs with Yomi kind of gives a little bit more evidence that we should be seeing Yomi coming sooner than later. But keep that in mind, because I do think Yomi is a must pick up for most people. I just can't not recommend getting that character. If I had to choose between these two, if you had to save your currency, I would be saving currency with the hopes that Yomi is coming. If you don't need to, he is definitely a good pickup. Kurama, if you're at that point where you can really start doing some crazy cool builds. Speaking of builds, I've got 2 more videos coming over the next 2 days. One is going to be all about the exclusive Seor, and the other one is going to be on a ton of different team builds. The one on a ton of different team builds is I've been talking to someone. They actually did something I wish I would have had the time to do, and created a very lengthy blueprint on all sorts of team builds. So I'm going to go through that and have that available for you guys, because it will help you early, mid, and even late game to a certain degree. So I wanted to do a video on that, and got permission to. So you're going to be seeing that as well as my breakdown, as now that we've gotten into a lot of the end game modes and you're starting to now really build your characters up, to kind of go over the important exclusive Seors that you should be picking up. But with that, as always, please like and subscribe. It helps a lot. Have a great day.